All right, everybody, welcome back. We are the 546 Project, bringing you.
30 minutes.
Or less.
We got it right this time. Kind of an impromptu podcast here tonight. We all realized that we were in the same area, so we thought, what the hell, give the public what it wants, and we'd throw together something for you here. We have a lot of stuff to cover and not a lot of time, so we're going to jump right into it.
All right, so we're going to start things off with some things going on in pop culture right now. Star Wars Han Solo standalone movie title was revealed today via Twitter. Ron Howard revealed the title with a video. And the title to the Han Solo standalone movie is Solo, a Star Wars story.
You think it's like they really didn't reach out for this one? It kind of sells itself.
It is a solo story about Han Solo, and it is a Star Wars story.
And all I have to say is it's Ron Howard, so you know it's going to be good.
Is it sponsored by those Solo cups?
It should be.
And absolutely.
So
maybe we can send Ron a tweet about that.
So that's pretty much all I have for Star Wars news today. We are short Jason, by the way.
And that takes up about, 90% of the Star Wars.
Yeah, our Star Wars guy is out in the field on another assignment.
Yes.
We would love to tell you what it is, but we don't know ourselves.
He's probably, running right now.
He's literally in the field. He's out on a run.
Yeah, he's probably out on a run. Yeah. So he is our marathon runner. So congrats to him, but we literally just got done eating ourselves, and probably not the most healthiest of ways.
Yeah, I think it was a marathon enough to be eating that food.
That's right.
True.
It's all depending on how you define marathon. He's a marathon runner. We're marathon eaters.
I don't think we should be running any sort of marathon after the chili we had.
No, that's good for us and everyone around us. But sticking with the new releases, it is New Release Tuesday. It used to be New Music Tuesday, but that's another rant. But a lot of new stuff out on DVD and Blu-ray today. I personally picked up Stranger Things Season 1 as a Target exclusive. Really cool box art. Kevin, you got a good look at the box art.
Yeah, I did definitely want to cover that VHS set artwork done for Stranger Things. It is really cool. I actually have seen that idea before. There was a limited edition hardcover book that was brought out by Shock Totem Press. The book was called Zero Lives Remaining, written by Adam Caesar.
It's actually a really good book. I read that one.
It is a fantastic read. These guys put this together years ago, and the idea with this limited edition hardcover was it's actually to scale to that of a VHS tape. It's the same size and make and everything. It's got the hard plastic cover. It was limited to 100 copies. I was very fortunate enough to get one of those. If anyone's interested in checking out Zero Lives Remaining, I'll do my plug right here.
What kind of favors did you have to do to get that exclusive copy?
I had to pay for it. But if you want to check out the book trailer for Zero Lives Remaining, that was directed by Mike Lombardo, just go online and go on YouTube and check it out. It is probably the coolest book trailer I've ever seen. And like I said, that limited edition hardcover is definitely the best limited edition hardcover I've ever seen to date.
It's on Audible as well, because that's where I pulled it and listened to it.
Right, it's on Audible, trade paperback, and all that. I also did an unboxing video for that book when it came out. I don't think I have that on YouTube, but it's on Facebook. I might post that on our page later if anyone wants to check that out.
And then, sticking with New Movie Tuesday, Spider-Man Homecoming also out today.
Yes. Spider-Man Homecoming come out today. That is the debut Spider-Man film for the MCU. Me personally, that's my favorite Spider-Man of any of the live-action releases. I don't know. A lot of people always go back to Spider-Man 2. I'm not the biggest fan of that movie. But I know I'm in the minority there.
The fight scene is what sold Spider-Man 2. With, God, man, it was so memorable.
Doc Ock.
Yeah, with Doc Ock, and I was going for the guy that played
that Spider-Man guy.
Tobey Maguire. His name was not coming to me. But, overall it was okay, but the fight scene on the train is what sold that. I was disappointed at the turn at the second reboot of the Spider-Man franchise with Andrew Garfield. I really enjoyed the first one, and then they brought out the second one, and they had to reboot it. So what does that tell you?
Yeah, do.
I mean,
First one and then the second one.
They try to throw way too much into that second Amazing Spider-Man. I really dug the guy who played Peter Parker in that series.
Andrew Garfield was awesome.
Andrew Garfield was phenomenal as Peter Parker, in my opinion. It reminded me a good bit of the 90s version from the Fox TV show.
Awesome. Fox Kids.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
So I like that Peter Parker.
It's kind of like Spider-Man 3 from the Tobey Maguire series. It just, like you said, too much going on.
Right.
Way too much. Venom, from the first series, Venom could have had his own movie, and it would have been fine.
Right. Can't really remember what else. Those were like the two big DVD Blu-ray releases
I think
that come out
Girls
today.
Trip is also out, and you get a chance to check that out. That was pretty funny.
Oh, you actually saw that?
What is that
Enlighten
about?
us. What the hell is that about?
Girls Trip, check it out. I'm not going to.
Is it about girls?
It's
going
about
on a
girls
trip?
going on a trip.
Yes, it is. There you go. They pack up. They realize they have somewhere to go. And
Is this movie rated R?
I can't remember. It's
Was
been
there
a while since I
nudity
saw it.
that you were aware of?
I'm not sure. It
Well.
was a good movie. It was a nice comedy. It wasn't.
Did you go for free or did you have to pay for it?
I went on cheap day.
You went on the $5 Tuesdays, which
Absolutely.
we've mentioned in the past.
Yes.
Go out to Leitersburg Cinemas or your local Regal establishment. And
That's right. $5 Tuesday.
$5
Now it's
Tuesdays.
$5 in tax because Uncle Sam gets us all.
Well, no. See, if you go to Leitersburg, the $5 is included in the price of your ticket. So
And
the sales
Leitersburg's
tax.
also supporting the local guys, so that's always
Exactly. So kudos to Leitersburg Cinemas. Along with everything going on, I know that apparently I read an article today about Triple H, his nutritionist, Dave, what's his last name? Palumbo?
That's
or
Palumbo, like
Yeah.
Chuck Palumbo,
Gotcha.
not related or anything.
Yeah, apparently he revealed on the Matt Rivera show that there were multiple WWE superstars that are currently using HGH. Apparently therapeutic exemptions account for nearly 7% of the contracted talent with WWE. Does this really come to a surprise to anyone?
Wait a minute. You mean to tell me that there are superstars in the WWE using HGH?
Apparently.
I'm shocked.
I mean, I think we're all shocked here, right?
I am speechless. I mean, you're going to tell me that you look at a guy like Brock Lesnar and Bill Goldberg when he made his second run, and Dave Bautista, all these guys are natural?
Well, hey, Dave Bautista is no longer currently employed with WWE.
So basically, he can do all the performance-enhancing drugs he wants to, and that's okay.
Right.
And I think I did actually see some snippets of this now that you mentioned, because there's basically, it's so weird the way it lays out, because like Brock Lesnar is
He's a part-time.
considered a part-time employee right now. So somehow he can get away with it.
Right.
I don't understand it.
Now, so what we're saying is both champions were pretty sure probably fall into that category of HGH.
I'm going to shake my vintage Magic 8 ball here and say all signs point to yes.
Yes. Yeah, most certainly. So I'm not surprised. Doesn't seem like you guys are the least bit surprised that that's an issue. I'm just surprised that we're talking about it.
It's like waiting for the other shoe to drop. It's like we've all known it, but here it is in front of us.
Right. So where do we stand in the baseball playoffs, Nathan?
Right now, well, the Yankees won last night 8-1. I watched a little bit of it. I was switching between that and the Monday Night Football game between the Colts and the Titans. I saw Aaron Judge hit the 3-run home run, and it made it 8-0. So I stopped watching it.
He has had an incredible year.
He has, but the thing is with Aaron Judge, he hit all these home runs in the first half, and then the pitchers started to figure him out, and he went on a very long cold streak.
He's going the way of Billy downtown.
That's what happens.
Major League 3.
That's what happens with these rookies. They come up, and sometimes they just come out like a ball of fire.
Well, there's not enough footage on them at that point.
Yes, that's exactly right. And then finally, these pitchers figure them out and what they can't hit, and then they go from there. Right.
A little angry you all just glazed over my Major League 3 reference. I'm a little...
Well, it's because it's Major League 3 and not Major League 1 or 2.
Well, the fact that I could quote... Now, I couldn't remember Tobey Maguire's name, but I could quote Billy Downtown Anderson. We're just going to move on.
Even Charlie Sheen doesn't recognize that as a Major League movie.
Well, I mean, if Charlie Sheen doesn't view it as...
Oh, come on. You mean Corbin Burnson wasn't enough to carry that thing through? Is that what you're saying?
Dr. Giggles? I mean, come on.
And Corbin Burnson...
I feel like he kind of mailed it in, though.
Well, I mean, it's Corbin Burnson.
So what you're saying is he was giving some of that Olay bullshit.
Absolutely.
Yes.
I mean, Dennis Haysbert, I mean, he was in it.
Yeah, I mean, he was the president in 24,
Absolutely.
right?
I mean, his man's went on to do commercials. He ran the country in 24. I mean,
Right.
what do you want? I mean,
It's like they gave everybody a chance to be in that movie, and the top three decided, no thanks, except Corbin Burnson.
I think Jake Taylor was still dealing with the knee problems. I think that kept him off the set.
Oh my
Well,
gosh.
that was unexpected. Damn, Dan. All right, everyone. Sorry for the technical difficulties we had there. We have now been joined from Jason. He's in from his run. So, what do we want to jump back in with?
I want to circle back. I think Jason had some comments on the
Han
Star
Solo
Wars news of the day.
Yeah,
so-
now that we have our Star Wars guy back.
Yeah, Solo, a Star Wars story. It'll be interesting to see how that goes. You know, with Ron Howard coming in, when they're almost all the way through production and doing a lot of reshoots. Another interesting fact from this past week: Ron Howard sent out a tweet tagging Tag and Blink, who were two characters from the expanded universe before. So people are excited to see what part they'll play in the movie. They're two Imperial soldiers, so I had some people excited that, you know, old expanded universe stuff being brought into the new continuity.
Yeah, especially because they pretty much disbanded the old universe, didn't they, with the new movies
pretty
coming
much
out? So it's good to see that they're doing that. I pretty much said if it's Ron Howard, you know it's going to be good. It's definitely got promise.
That's good. Anything you wanted to throw in about the Spider-Man Homecoming release today?
No, just looking forward to seeing it again. It was a terrific film.
Did you pick it up?
Not yet. I put my money on the Batman versus Two-Face. You know, I
Okay.
put my money where my mouth is, but I will definitely be picking up Spider-Man in the near future.
Oddly enough, I believe it's still in theaters. It was as of like a few weeks ago when I looked at the listing when we were at the movies. I think it's still playing.
With Spider-Man?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's still
Oddly
playing in
enough.
a few.
Yeah.
They'll keep milking that cow till it's dead.
Why not?
But it is DVD Tuesday, which also means new game releases were brought out today. And Nathan, you picked up 3 new games today.
I sure did. Pretty rare that I pick up 3 games at the same time, but I'm an adult and I can spend my money any way I want to.
Yeah, take that, Mom.
You notice how he had to justify it.
Yeah, right?
He's an adult, but he still had to justify doing it.
So I picked up these 3 games. I have PS4. 2 of these games are on both PS4 and the
He's a
Xbox
rich adult, is what he's
One.
saying.
The first one, South Park, The Fractured But Whole, is a new game, and it is a sequel to the first game, which actually you get a free download of that in this package, The Stick of Truth. So I'm pretty excited to play that one and see how it is. The previews of it have looked pretty good. I know Dan kind of saw
Yeah,
some of them.
Yeah, the commercials for it look funny. South Park, I've actually I've dogged a lot of the newer South Park, but the last couple ones I've seen are actually pretty funny. So I can't.
And this one kind of has like a superhero multiverse kind of storyline to it, doesn't
Which
it?
is always fun.
Yes, it does. I mean, you create everything about your character in the South Park universe, and you play as that, and all the characters are kind of incorporated into it. The storyline. So
Oh, that's always fun.
I have to
So
check
that should be good.
the second game I picked up, I actually kind of touched on in one of the earlier episodes, WWE 2K18. I played a little bit of this on this past Saturday, and I thought it was all right. I was debating whether to actually purchase it, but I just said the heck with it, and I'll just see how it is, because I had last year's game. I didn't really get a lot of play with it. The career mode I thought was a little bit repetitive, and I know that's kind of a complaint that it had, and I've heard that this one is not as repetitive, but I'm kind of interested to check that out. I always like to create my own characters and
Based off people in real life.
Even you guys have been in the games.
Yeah, I think I'm still wrestling you, Kevin, in the one that he had about 10 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, even Goldberg didn't even want to tag with you in that.
I couldn't get Goldberg, so for some reason I had to wrestle Kevin for about the 25th time.
Yeah, in the backstage brawl, I remember.
Yes, it wouldn't end.
I remember creating my dad in WrestleMania 2000.
I remember that.
For Nintendo 64.
Yes.
His vicious bear hug finishing move.
That's right.
So, it was...
that was a really good game for 64.
I miss playing wrestling games. But Nintendo 64, they had some great
I want to say,
wrestling games.
The games now, this game has like a ton of characters. But
the roster's pretty
I
well
don't
loaded.
really know how much they compare to the 64 versions of the game, like in that PlayStation, the early PlayStation 2.
It didn't look like, I read the download content that I guess they're bringing out, and it didn't look like there was a lot of characters that come with that this time around.
It seemed a little bit lacking as compared to last year.
Yeah, it seemed like it was more just other like special attributes and
Right.
different stuff like that this time around.
So the third game I picked up is PS4 exclusive. I played the demo and I really liked it. Gran Turismo Sport. It should be, I mean, everybody knows about the Gran Turismo.
I didn't know they were still making games.
Yeah, they're up to Sport now, and it looks pretty good. The only thing about this is if you're not connected to the internet, the game's kind of useless. You can only play in the arcade mode, which kind of stinks. But from what I've played, the graphics are amazing, and the depth is it's there. It's probably getting me excited just playing the demo alone enough to purchase the game.
Gotcha.
Those were the 3 games I bought, and maybe in another episode I'll give my review for those 3 games.
Okay, so question for you. You purchased these games at Best Buy.
I did.
And you noticed something about Best Buy this time going in. Something that Jason and I had discussed, I think, not on a previous episode, but when we were hanging out on Sunday, about their movie selection.
Yeah. Where are they? That's what I'd like to know.
Yeah, Best Buy, where the hell is your movie selection? There is no, like, it's like new releases only, really, and then like a hodgepodge of
it's like in
retro
the
shit.
Far back right corner,
Right.
and it feels like their selection's been sliced in half.
It's like when you went into video stores. It's where they put the porno stuff at, in the back right corner is blocked off.
And it's like the selection's been cut in half. It's how they have them organized and how they have them slid into the spots.
Right.
It's hard to see what the movies are.
Right.
It's a mess.
There's not even like a horror section anymore, right? It's just like all like A to Z, like just kind of like
pretty much.
thrown in there.
I didn't realize they had done this. This probably explains why back in, I'm not even sure, it was a few months ago back when I went and picked up the collection of the Planet of the Apes movies, why they had took them like 25 minutes to find it, because I wasn't about to go looking for it myself. So that explains why they probably had so much trouble.
Now
I
do you
didn't really
think...
look specifically for DVDs, because I was only going to buy those 3 games and leave, but it seems like to me that they just took whatever the DVDs they had and just throwed them all over
Right.
together.
Just throw them out there?
Yeah, they just throwed them in the corner.
I mean, you think a lot of it's just coming from like places like Amazon and Walmart just beating them on prices, and people just go there for their desired...
I don't necessarily think that's the reason. I'm thinking that a lot of people are going towards streaming and like non-physical media.
Right.
It really has taken...
So like just like flat out digital downloads.
So-
like
so
people
that-
will go
I
out
guess-
to the new releases and...
I guess their strategy is that that's what the future is going to be, and we'll just sell off what we have in the store. And then I wouldn't be surprised if they didn't really have a lot of DVDs, only new releases, and that's
It's
kinda
basically like
Right.
trying to find CDs nowadays. You know, I mean, everybody's
So I guess-
MP3s and iTunes.
I guess it's going to mean more of a either stick with Walmart. Walmart's probably has the best selection right now. Target's is okay. Walmart's cheap. Amazon, of course, has everything.
I know Best Buy tries to get you in. I noticed that they do a lot of steelbook editions for.
Yeah,
lot of
but
the-
they're only doing the new shit. Like,
Right, the
if
new
you want to go out and
releases.
try to find something older, you're pretty much stuck trying
Go to
Walmart or
and
Amazon.
Hit the $5 bin.
I feel like Walmart has a lot that you can't find at other places, just based on what I see.
Right, like, which brings into our next topic we wanted to go over, is I recently found Howard the Duck on Blu-ray at Walmart for $7.88 in one of those bins.
It's definitely
And-
an overlooked gem.
What I did on Sunday was, as a gift to you on your birthday, was I gave you my copy on DVD. And you've never seen Howard the Duck before, but
I
you
had
watched
not.
it
I did watch
since
it.
Sunday.
Yeah.
I did.
Cool.
30 years late, but your impressions on
So
Howard the Duck.
let's hear Howard the Duck.
Well, my impressions are it's panned as one of the worst movies out there. I mean, in history, is that kind of
George Lucas doesn't even like to talk about it.
Well, for some people, but some people appreciate the awesomeness.
Yeah, like I wouldn't.
That
if I
is
was him, I wouldn't
Howard the
talk
Duck.
things like episode 1.
I think it's a national treasure.
having, I mean, for all that you guys hype it up to be, and how George Lucas, doesn't even mention it, I kind of lean towards the George Lucas philosophy.
Oh my God!
How did you not enjoy the
How
duck
did you
breasts?
not enjoy Howard the Duck?
Come on,
Duck boobs.
Yeah, exactly. There's play duck.
Duck boobs.
Oh,
I saw the
Duck food.
puns like at the beginning, and they were kind of
Yes.
catchy, but the movie itself, it was all right. I mean,
It had the mom from Back to the Future.
yeah, it
the
did.
Principal from Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yes, it did.
Tim Robbins was. In
you know
it,
what you
too.
do? You need to go back, watch this movie 9 times.
You need to watch it again and don't come back until you like it.
Yes.
You mean I'm never coming back? Is that what?
Yeah, apparently not.
All right. Well, there you have it. Nathan did not care for Howard the Duck,
Disgracing us and Howard the Duck fans everywhere.
so
Congratulations.
we were discussing what to go over on the podcast before we started, and we came across some local food establishments that are no longer around. And we kind of made a list. No particular order, except for I believe we all agree with number 1 on the list.
Is it Adams? I wasn't here, but is it
Yes.
Adams?
It
So
is Adam's
the
Pizza.
big reveal that we were saving the last is going to go first. Adam's Pizza came
Without
in
doubt.
number 1 on the list.
Was hands down the best pizza in Hagerstown.
Yeah, it was on Burhands Boulevard. I remember North Hagerstown High School used to do like one of those first places to do spirit cards, and on that North High Hubs Gold card, you would get a buy one get one free pizza. So numerous wrestling pay-per-views, we would all get together,
Yes.
or Wednesday night game nights where we get together to play board games. We would order Adams. We could get 4 large cheese pizzas for $20.50. And not only was that just a steal in its own, but the pizza itself was so fucking
The
good.
pizza was fantastic.
I mean, it was amazing. So, pretty much every time we get together during a wrestling pay-per-view or anything, Adams comes up. So some of the other restaurants that made the list were...
Well, number 2 we have on this list is Family Meal. Family Meal only lasted a short time, but the food was kind of, it was between high, it was not really high end, but it was good for what the town. I mean,
It was
Right, it was good. It
normal
was good
food-
for Hagerstown.
Normal
you know?
food made high end. Their food was
Right.
really good.
Right.
It was like they kind of fancied it up. It was really good.
I mean, their
And the-
meatloaf, the fried chicken,
Exactly.
their freaking
The best dessert
the
ever.
dessert, the fucking oatmeal cream pies.
was amazing.
Those oatmeal cream pies were incredible. But Family Meal, we miss you. You were great. Next one on the list is something that I know Dan and Nathan talk about all the time. And I don't know if Jason's ever tried it. I never had it. It's called Wing It.
Wing It
Wing
Cafe.
It Cafe was by far the best chicken wings to ever be in the Hagerstown area.
Right.
I don't think I've had. Where were they at?
They were, where was it, Nathan?
It was near the square. I mean, it wasn't in the square, but it was on. It was on Potomac Street.
It was a little.
Yeah.
It was North Potomac, I believe. It was a little
Okay.
hole in the wall place. It was really cool. The guy actually had a comedy club in the back. He had stand up in there. I believe he had Jimmy Walker up here once. I believe. And Nathan and I went and called a show there
And
one time.
apparently they
it was
had
great.
the best wings in
They
town.
were huge, and the price you could get.
They had good variety. They, as Dan said, they were huge wings.
Yeah.
And the sampler platter they had, you got 25 wings, and you could get 5 different sauces, and it was like
$12.50.
$12.50.
It was $12.50. It was amazing.
Okay. Number 4 on the list is a place that's still around. Just the Hagerstown location closed down. Was Hard Times Cafe.
The Frederick
That
one's
and
gone
the
as
Frederick
well.
Oh, Frederick one's gone,
Frederick's
but
gone as well.
well, there's still some Hard Times around, right?
I don't.
Or is that
They-
it?
Yeah, no, they still have a couple, but I
Okay.
think the closest one is in Rockville.
Gotcha.
If
I'm
you're
not
going to
100%
Rockville,
sure
you're
on
going to
that.
go to Joe's
Okay.
Crab Shack.
So the
Actually, I think that the one Gaithersburg closed just recently.
Oh no.
Yeah.
So the last 2 on the list were particularly just the Hagerstown. They were local establishment. One being Burger Park USA, which were kind of set up like Checkers. They had this like fast food appeal to it with the double drive-ins, really cheap food. You could get like 3 for $1 cheeseburgers.
This was also
And the
in
old
90s.
styrofoam containers that you throw right out the side. You know,
Back
but
before we cared about the environment.
Yeah.
right,
Yeah, Captain
because
Planet would not
we're
like
assholes.
this.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Captain Planet would not have approved.
So,
But Captain Pollution would have been.
Oh, Captain Pollution would have been he would have reveled in it.
and then the last on the list was Kirch's Ribs and Chicken, which there were 2 locations in Hagerstown.
I did not know that.
I love that place. It was awesome.
The one on the north end.
There was one in the north end on
Pennsylvania
Pennsylvania Avenue, and then there was one out the dual highway where Lido's is now.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I didn't know about the second.
It was
Yep.
a short time there.
Their chicken was phenomenal.
So, and the one of the other things we wanted to bring up, we were thinking about worst service at restaurants around our area, and number 1 has to go to the North Side Pizzeria in Hagerstown. Now, don't get me wrong, we all agree the food is great.
Yeah, the food's wonderful.
Yeah,
But-
when you get it.
I
Yeah,
understand
but that's
it's a-
exactly right.
I understand it's a crapshoot as to whether or not you're actually going to get your order.
They just have the absolute worst service ever. Man, it's just awful. So, if they would just work on that side, like, I would go there all the time. But I don't think I've gone there in, 8 months? Not. Maybe even longer than
I haven't
that.
had anything from that
And they used to be
time.
right down the street from me. It's a
I haven't had
shame.
anything there in at least a year and a half.
And this is more like a bigger chain. It's called Wingstop. Their food is really good, but their service was terrible.
There again, a crapshoot as to whether or not some guy's going to get his wings.
Right. I waited 45 minutes for a 6-piece boneless wing and order cheese fries. 45 fucking minutes.
And the thing is, it's not just one location.
If you go on their Facebook page, everybody complains about their service. It is that bad. So, that's pretty much all we have time for today, but we do have the food box here.
the food box.
So,
Get the food
what
box.
we have today is Hostess Peanut Butter Ho-Hos. So, we're all going to...
Where do we find these things?
As we said, folks, the healthier, the more health conscious member of the team here.
Right, so he just got back from his run.
Yeah, I'm glad I ran
So,
5 miles.
so now he is going to try this, and I know he secretly
it's got
hates
peanut
us.
butter in it. That means there's the protein.
Yeah, you get the protein.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, there you go.
Here you go, Dan.
Okay, it's
Right,
all
All right, everybody. So let's give this a try.
Here we go.
Nothing special about it.
No,
I mean,
I'm not over the moon.
I can
Good
use
peanut
a little-
butter.
It's chocolate and peanut butter.
Yeah, I can use a little more peanut butter.
Yeah, absolutely. It really lacks in the peanut butter department.
I thought I was biting into mud the first time.
It's like a moon pie. It's like biting into a dirt clod.
Yeah,
sorry,
hostess.
but yeah.
I'm telling you, this is not really all that great. I believe the Mrs. Freshly's brand actually uses Reese's peanut butter cup in it.
I'm more for the Twinkie, the peanut butter Twinkie.
Yeah, peanut butter cream filled Twinkies.
They had
are
a chocolate
great.
cake Twinkies too out there.
They do. I have those. They have the vanilla cream in them.
I've not had
No,
those. It
that's
sounds
good.
So we need to sign off here, folks. We're approaching that 30-minute mark. Thank you for joining us. I hope
on
you
the
enjoyed
Facebook
it.
page.
And you'll hear from us soon.
We'll see you later.
Thanks. Bye.